start off with Frank Lampard sacked and Thomas Tuchel getting in immediately. Let's talk about the Frank Lampard first. For me, this was inevitable, really. I think in previous episodes I've already mentioned that I love Frank Lampard as a manager and as a player as well. But this was coming the moment Chelsea spent straight up in one transfer window after the transfer ban for 223 million. The numbers might not be right, but I'm pretty sure it's around the same range. The thing is, for me, football has changed, and a lot of people are saying that he should be given time. Look, for me to respond to that, in an ideal world, yes, actually every manager should be given time. He would be given time for what he did last season, especially with Chelsea, with plenty of the Chelsea youngsters and the transfer ban. But unfortunately, we are not living in an era where managers were given time anymore, like Sir Alex Ferguson or Arsene Wenger. And unfortunately for Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, this is his style. We've seen it with Andres Villas-Boas. We've seen it with Luis Felipe Scolari, even though I think that he's on the sack. He's not a good club manager, which turned into goose hitting. And then after that, almost every manager, bar Jose Mourinho, from the first day that a Chelsea manager did not complete a whole season. And I really hope that Frank Lampard, when he was appointed as manager, by the way, a position that he can't afford to turn down, by the way, I hope that he is aware of this and this won't come as a shock to him, because another thing, the thing is, for me, is that that's how the business was being run these days, and unfortunately he's one of the casualties. As nothing surprises anymore, like the elevation of managers getting sacked when we talk about the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s, right? Especially the 80s and the 90s. When we talk about managers getting sacked, is because they are not good. They are not getting results. They are not intact with players or intact with the football that the club wants them to play, the owners wants them to play with. The thing is, it's managers come and go these days that it doesn't mean a thing anymore. I mean, look at Thomas Tuchel. He's being sacked by PSG and immediately Chelsea pick him up. Chelsea and PSG, to me, is the same level of football and organization that is being run. And another thing I want to pull out at Lampard's managerial stats is people have been pointing out it's almost the same as Jurgen Klopp's in his first 18 or 19 games when he was at Liverpool. In fact, the statistics is very identical, really. To me, the difference is that Lampard is the rookie manager in the first 18 games. Jurgen Klopp is not. Lampard were managing poor old Derby County. Jurgen Klopp was managing Borussia Dortmund. Liverpool knew what they were getting with Jurgen Klopp at the time, and that is, direct football, very much Liverpool type of football, very direct football, pass and go, exciting, high pressing. It's easier to say. I know what you guys are thinking. It's easier for me to say now but Liverpool didn't start off with Jurgen Klopp the way it is. I think it was Philippe Coutinho and Daniel Sturridge, Raheem Sterling. There's always a room for improvement. So, but with Chelsea, not so much. The hiring of Lampard is just, to me, and I know a lot of people is gonna disagree with me on this, but to me, the hiring of Frank Lampard is just a movement followed by any other club like Barca with Pep Guardiola, Zinedine Zidane with Real Madrid. And why I say this, because Lampard didn't win anything with Derby County. He lost a championship playoff. And Chelsea saw this as an opportunity to get a former legend to run the club, which I have to say that it don't work all the time. Not all the time. Majority of the time it does, like Pep and Barca, Zidane, Real Madrid, like we mentioned before. But look at the rest. Even like a legend like Andrea Pirlo and Juve, it didn't work with them. Andrea Pirlo and Juventus, it's not working out. And to me, by getting back to it, yes, it has been coming. Does he deserve it? Probably not. But remember, the strings of bad results says otherwise. Another thing I want to point out is Manchester United fans weighing in on this, saying that he should be given time like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Firstly, we will have to remind those fans. I'm sure it's not all Man United fans. We have to remind those fans that Man United were knocked out of the Champions League this season, and they're in first place, maybe in second now since City trashed West Brom last night, and have won with a game in hand. But trophies and achievement is not given in January, my friends. Let me remind you that a lot can still happen, and this title race is far from being over. If you think, looking back at where if Manchester United finish 5th or 6th come end of the season, are we gonna remember this string of good results? I'm sure it gives the players a confidence right now, Manchester United, especially the players, especially the coaches. I'm sure it is. I'm sorry, but if Solskjaer and Man United have a string of bad results, say around 7 or 8 games straight, we would be talking about the same thing about Solskjaer and Lampard. So no, time is not the problem. The problem is simply a rich club philosophy owners running the club as an organization instead of a football team. There is no status quo and favoritism towards any of the club legend in charge, nor any rookie. And yes, it is a dirty business. I agree. And if they don't run, the thing is, it's a dirty business, and if they don't run the club like it is, then unfortunately there won't be any profits from their end too. It is what it is, and to Frank Lampard, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a lot of jobs. Maybe Everton from Carlo Ancelotti, or maybe somewhere across Europe, like in Spain maybe when Atletico Madrid, we don't know, and I hope he's planning on it. So for Frank Lampard,